Hi and welcome to my video. I am going to show you today something interesting, how to use a medium to transfer an image onto paper. You're not going to use any water. There's going to be a little rubbing, but it's going to be a very simple process that you can use to transfer photos. You can use it to put on wood. You could put it on canvas. So this is just basically an image transfer on whatever substrate you like. And I'm also going to be using inkjet prints, which is what this is, because a lot of times you're supposed to use laser jet, but I'm using the inkjet today just to experiment, to show you that it does work. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out my little bird. And I'm just using a basic X-Acto knife. And I'm going to get it as close as I can to the actual bird. The great thing about this process is that you don't need water, because a lot of times people do this and they let the image dry and then they rub it off. But this is something you can do just with some medium, whatever finish you like, and then on whatever substrate you like. And a lot of times people say, well, why would I use this process if I can just print it out on nice paper and collage it in? Well, sometimes you have photos that you want to put into something, or you have other materials that you can't use that in an actual collage piece, so you can kind of reproduce it using this method. Okay, let's see how we did here. So you just want to pull the image away from where you cut. And I'm trying to get it as close to the white, to the actual image as possible, so that when it does transfer, you don't see the white on the border, because you will see some of the paper. Oops, cut off one of his claws. Okay. So starting with a little less complicated might be easier. But I love this little birdie. Okay, so there he is. Now, keep in mind when you're picking your item to transfer, it will be the mirror image of it, because we're going to actually flip it over. So he's going to be pointing that way. Okay, so the first thing you do is get your paintbrush. Just a simple soft paintbrush, and then you're going to put a generous coat of medium. I use a fluid medium because I think it works better. And you don't want it to be like gloppy, but you want it to be generous, if that makes sense. And then when you put it down, what I would suggest is using a credit card or some other kind of straight tool to pull out any bubbles that there might be in the paper. Because this is copy paper, so it doesn't... I just want to make sure I got enough under here that it'll transfer. You can already see the color coming down. The great thing about inkjet is that the color runs, so it transfers pretty easy. So you just want to put it down and give it a little rub over with a credit card or whatever straight edge tool you have. You can see the colors coming out already. And as we know, this is always a very big experiment, trying something new. So you wait about 2 minutes when you put it down. And then when you come back after 2 minutes, because you don't want it to fully dry, so you want it to just kind of still be tacky, and then we'll start pulling away the paper. Okay, so it's been about 2 minutes, and what we're going to do now is pull off the top layer of paper. Now we're not pulling off all of the paper, we're just getting that top layer so that the bottom layer where the color is stays on the paper. Okay, so that's what it should look like. It's almost like revealing just the colored layer underneath. Now it's still going to look like there is paper on it, and that's okay. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So you just want to pull away that top layer. You can slowly see the image being revealed. The idea is not to let it dry, because then if it dries, you have to use water to kind of scrub it off. But it's not a mess either way. You can always fix it. So little by little, you start seeing the whole image appear. You kind of just use your nail to get those little pieces off. Surprisingly pretty sturdy paper. Okay, so here is the general image of the bird, and it still clearly has some paper on it. Now I kind of goofed and took that off by accident, but I can just fill that in with some pen. So the next step is to take some kind of acrylic sealer. Okay, there's Liquitex makes them, Winsor Newton makes the spray, and then you're gonna take this outside and spray a thin layer of this on top. I'm gonna go do that, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. So here is the image after I sprayed it with the sealer. All I did was take it outside, I did one quick coat over it, and voila, the colors came out wonderfully. So this is just a great example of how you can use any medium, any finish to transfer an image without water. If you have a picture that you love and you want an image transfer but you don't want to use the picture, you can make a copy of it with your inkjet printer and just put it right down. So I just want to show you another example because I was playing around with this technique. And this is another image transfer I did, but I did not cut very close to the actual leaves. And don't know if you can see it, but you can see the actual, there we go. You can see where the paper is, which really isn't a big deal if you're collaging around it and you're going to paint over it, but just keep that in mind as you're picking out what you're going to transfer. I find that if you cut it closer to the actual image, it looks more realistic, and then you can kind of work it into your art. So it's just another way of creating kind of a collage piece to fit into whatever you're making. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I would love to see you again another time, and have a wonderful day.